Well, a very good evening to you and welcome to Game On. It's time for your daily dose of sporting action right here on ANN7. I'm your host, Mahreen Chenia. Well, you can comment on the topics that we are discussing today. You can do that on Twitter. My Twitter handle is @Mahreen_Chenia or the channel @ANN7TV. Let's have a look at your top stories today. Well, the Proteas struggle on day one at the WACA. Their success is that the entire New Zealand rugby under the CEO know what the plan for the future is, and they're all doing exactly the same thing. And as you alluded to in the opening question, that's our problem. We're all playing a different style of rugby. The provincial structures are sort of running rugby in an old and outdated kind of way. Certainly, we need to progress into a new future.
Yes, and I think, as I said, I think starts at SARU. I think SARU should know, let us as the public, and know exactly what is the blueprint for our rugby, what structures in place, what players are contracted.
Well, it is time to take a break from the longer format of the game and make way for the big hitters. The T20 Cup is back, and the first game is a double-header this Saturday at the Bullring, the Wanderers Stadium. The Knights take on the Cobras to get the ball rolling, and then it's the big derby, the Titans versus the Lions. Do you find that our cricket in South Africa specifically has developed a lot over, I suppose, maybe the past 5 seasons or so, alluding to the fact that now we're playing a lot more spin. Our batsmen are able to now take on spin and just the standard of the game?
I think it's, if you look at spinners now, I think there was almost like an illusion where people said spinners, or in South Africa, we didn't believe spinners can do a better job as a seamers, because we've always been known as a seam bowling country,
Yes. Of course, you're still waiting for FIFA to clear your name, and the South African Football Association, of course, with those allegations of match fixing before the 2010 World Cup, or Bafana matches. Have you heard anything in this regard?
Unfortunately, no. I'm still waiting anxiously, of course.
You spoke about how beautiful the game of football is, what it does for people, but if this has shown anything, football is a dangerous business. With no insinuations, of course. Were you ever put in a compromising position? Any other South Africans put in a compromising position?
I must say I was very fortunate during my time, and of course I had a term of 4 years, which was exciting. We were hosting the World Cup at the time, and everything was going smooth, and we had one of the best World Cups, as you might know, and I do not remember being compromised as a person.
Manny Pacquiao returned to the Philippines after his victory in the WBO welterweight title bout over Jesse Vargas and confirmed that a return of fight against Floyd Mayweather is possible. Pacquiao, who had announced his retirement after beating Timothy Bradley in April, showed little ring rust on his comeback following a 7-month hiatus, winning on all 3 scorecards. Significantly, Floyd Mayweather accepted an invite from Pacquiao to take a ringside seat at the fight, and the Filipino kept the lines of communication open for a rematch between the two. Their first encounter in May 2015 was the richest in boxing history, grossing around $700 million. 39-year-old Mayweather, who is unbeaten in 49 fights, won the contest on points, with Pacquiao injuring his shoulder in round 4. And that's your sports on Express Lunch. I'll be back in the next bulletin.